The NFL offseason has just begun, but I still wanted to take a look at the Jets and Giants and see what's out there and what makes sense for each team. So let's just get right into it. Starting off with Malik Willis to the Jets. Malik Willis has shown raw potential when given the opportunity to play. In the position the Jets are in right now, I think it's just a perfect fit for both sides. It's a chance for Willis to prove he's a starting quarterback in this league, and as for the Jets, it allows them to never let Justin Fields throw a football ever again, which is always a plus. While it may be a tank year for the Jets, I don't see the logic in actively trying to get the first pick and get the best available quarterback in next year's draft. Haven't the Jets attempted that and failed enough already? Worst comes to worst and Willis is really bad. Is it really much of a difference than what you would expect without him? Now, if a team is all over Willis and gives him a big payday, I can understand why the Jets would be out. They really are in no position to pay a quarterback big money right now, especially an unproven one like Willis. But if both sides can come to an agreement, I think a 1 or 2 year deal is pretty reasonable, and I think it's worth it. Why not give it a shot? This next one's a bit of a shocker, but I think Trey Hendrickson to the Jets makes a little bit of sense. Trey Hendrickson is one of the elite defensive ends in the league, but he won't be cheap. Hendrickson has recorded 74.5 sacks and 145 quarterback hits in his last 6 seasons. I can already hear the comments, why hand out a big contract when you are in the middle of a rebuild? Well, let me offer you this. How are you supposed to get any better? If your answer is draft well and wait for them to pan out, you must not watch Jets football. The Jets have been doing this for as long as I could remember, and clearly it really hasn't worked. The Jets had 0 interceptions last year. 0 interceptions last year. Adding a guy like Hendrickson not only brings a huge defensive presence and upgrade to the team, but by pressuring the quarterback consistently, you now force them to make bad decisions. With bad decisions comes turnovers, and if they don't make a bad decision, at worst they take a sack, which is obviously still a positive. Signing a guy like Hendrickson can change the culture and speed up the rebuild process a little bit for the Jets. It is a bit of a gamble for the Jets coming off an injury in his age 31 season, but I think it's a gamble worth taking. They just need to go for it and land a big free agent. That's how you get out of these rebuilds. Next guy I have up for the Jets is Greg Newsome. Newsome had his worst season in the NFL last year with Cleveland and Jacksonville, allowing 517 air yards and 5 touchdowns. Newsome has had his ups and downs in the NFL, but he's still only 25 years old. Newsome has shown that he has potential to be a lockdown corner in the NFL. And oh yeah, in case you forgot, the Jets had 0 interceptions last year. Newsome has never really been a ball hawk, as he only has 4 career interceptions. But after trading Sauce Gardner, the Jets have a depleted secondary. If he is available for a team-friendly deal, it is worth exploring, as Glenn is a defensive-based coach. Maybe you could find something there. I wouldn't throw a bag at him, but he's shown enough potential in his career where I think it should warrant a 1 or 2 year deal, if he's even willing to take that or play for the Jets, which I don't know how any players would be really willing to play for the Jets, but whatever. Over to the Giants. I think Kenneth Walker is a perfect fit for the Giants. Kenneth Walker is a beast. He always has been. If you play fantasy football, we all know how much he got vultured last year by Charbonnet, and over the years in general, he always does. When Charbonnet went down in the playoffs last year, Walker absolutely feasted. Walker managed to find the end zone 4 times throughout the 2026 playoffs, 1 less touchdown than he had during the entire regular season. Oh yeah, and he also won Super Bowl MVP. Now, at first, this could be a head-scratcher signing to some. We just saw Scat tear it up in his rookie season before going down with an injury. The reason I find this so intriguing for the G-Men is because it A, protects Scat from killing himself, and B, it adds a bit of a Knuckles and Knuckles to the backfield. And what I mean by that is traditionally we see like a Sonic and Knuckles. Example, Gibbs and Montgomery, Kamara and Ingram. But instead, this puts 2 brutes in the backfield, giving linebackers and safeties nightmare one-on-one tackling matchups without ever getting a break. It also keeps them both fresh and makes the Giants that more deadly in the red zone. Would love to see what kind of deal Kenneth Walker gets. I don't know if it will be with the Giants. Maybe he wants to be the lead back finally, or maybe he gets a bag somewhere else, but I think that the Giants should definitely look into Kenneth Walker. Now we look at O-line for the Giants. Tyler Linderbaum has played his entire career under John Harbaugh. Being that Harbaugh is now the head coach of the Giants, I feel as if this one is a match made in heaven. Linderbaum gets to go to a team with electric young players looking to turn around the franchise, all while having the comfortability of playing under the same head coach. That's if he likes Harbaugh, that is. Linderbaum is one of the best run blockers in the league, and the Giants have needed O-line help for about, a decade now. If the Giants were able to sign him, I would say this would be my favorite move of the offseason. O-line is never flashy, but it's the glue of every successful NFL team. A move like this immediately impacts the offense, it protects Jackson Dart, and that should be the Giants' main goal right now. And finally, we have Isaiah Likely. Isaiah Likely has been in the shadow of Mark Andrews to start his pro career so far. I can't guarantee it will be the Giants, but he will be signing elsewhere this year. When given the chance, Likely has shown that his athleticism is no joke. With the Giants already having a top 5 to 10 wide receiver in Malik Neighbors, a solid promising running back in Scat, and a young stud quarterback with Jackson Dart, the only thing that they are missing is the tight end. Dart seemed to like throwing to the tight end last year, as Theo Johnson had some really huge games for the Giants. At 6'4", 245, Likely serves as a big target for Dart, and that could really be a difference maker. Likely also seems to be addicted to the end zone. Even in the seasons where he's posting 400 to 500 yards, he's finishing the season with 5 to 6 touchdowns. So if the Giants were able to add Isaiah Likely and Kenneth Walker to a team that already has Scat and Neighbors, they would almost be unstoppable in the red zone. And on top of that, you have Dart, who could run it in at any moment. Quick little video there today. Football's been kind of dead. I wanted to put out some football content. Hopefully both the Jets and the Giants make some big moves this offseason, so we have something to talk about. And yeah, that's about it. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Comment, let me know how wrong you think I am, who you think the Jets and Giants are going to get this year. And that's it. Thank you guys for the continued support, and we'll catch you on the next one.